What's up, guys? This is another episode of Off the Post. I'm your host, DJ Redcap, as usual, but this is a little bit different. You see, there's only one box down below me, and that is because this is an OP section. As you know, we have OPs out here, and especially with the NWSL season, we'll have like a show and then a week in between. So we'll try to throw OPs in between here and there. This OP is about some of your favorite type of players, the Aussies, and I think we have someone that is an Aussie actually on this show. Am I right? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm right. Josh, tell them a little bit about yourself and like how you'll be interacting with off the post throughout the season, and like where else they can find you at. Because I know you have your own show that I watch a lot actually, because it's EPL, my favorite thing.
Thanks, Dwayne. Yeah, it's great to be here. I did my opinion piece about 2 weeks ago. You can find that on the channel, learn a little bit more about me. But effectively, I'm a young, aspiring sports journalist from Australia. I'm really passionate about football, or soccer, as you may call it in America. And yeah, particularly women's soccer has really got me interested. And since Dwayne contacted me on this show, he's asked me if I can be a part of it, and I can talk more about the Australian players and the Australian side of the NWSL and the W League in Australia when it's on. So that's effectively what I'm here to do. You can find me on my YouTube channel. You can just search me up, Joshua Mayne, and I have a show there called The Main Issue, where I talk about an issue in football, usually about the EPL, and I discuss it.
Sounds good. Thanks, Josh, for giving them all the info. If anyone's actually really watching live, usually these OPs they're live, but we don't promote them. We won't make it so you guys can like just have some little content on the channel later to check out. Use the hashtag Woso Talk, and you can ask Josh some questions about Australians. But if you'd like to ask me about some of my dental habits, use the hashtag DJ Redcap, and I'll tell you some of those secrets too. All right, Josh, let's jump into it, and we will talk about the Australians. So you want to just go down the list and tell why you believe they are the biggest impact internationals in NWSL?
Of course. So starting at the top of the list, we have Chicago Red Stars. Now, I'm not sure if they might not do well this season because they don't have any Aussies, actually. It's the same as FC Kansas City, Seattle Reign, and Washington Spirit. So that's three teams there that do not have any, four teams actually, that do not have any Australians playing for them, which, if they've got the team chemistry there, I'm sure they will have a good season, but those teams do not have any Australians. Moving on, we have the Houston Dash. Do you say in America Houston or?
Well, it depends. If you're from down there, we say Houston. But for me, since I'm from the Midwest, just say Houston. I say it like you. Don't worry. You're good.
Oh, goodness. So Houston Dash, we have Lydia Williams, who's the Australian. She's the first team shot stopper. She's a really good player. She's always confident in the box. She's very commanding. I think she'll be a great signing for the Houston Dash because it is her first season there. Have you seen her play, Dwayne?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of her. Yeah, I actually like what I saw from her. So.
But yeah, she's the first choice for the Matildas team. And then we have Ellie Brush, who's yet to make the Matildas side yet. She hasn't really pushed into the first team. She's still young. She's a defender, but she did get I think it was the Defender of the Year for Houston Dash last season. Am I correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I can always check it up too right now. But yeah, everyone's high on her actually. That now that you brought her up, because everyone said that they think she's such a great defender, and it's like it was such a great player actually to bring in. And I was higher on her too, actually watching her. I think she's very composed and a pretty good defender overall. So.
Yeah, but when you look at the Matilda side, we have so many strong defenders and they can all do so many things. So she's very unlucky to miss out. I think most other teams she would make it into the first side, but it's good to see she's doing really well at the Dash. Now, the Orlando Pride, I think that they've got the best out of the bunch of the Aussies, and they've probably got the best team of the NWSL. They've made the best signings, I think. They have Steph Catley, the Australian left back, who is my personal favourite player, as I said in my opinion piece 2 weeks ago. She's so commanding as a left back. She can move the ball into the midfield. She can almost play as a midfielder. She can do so many things on the field, and she's so creative. And I think that she is a big signing for Orlando Pride, particularly in their first season. They've also got Laura Alloway, who will be playing next to her or close to her at centre back. She can also do many things. She's good at taking free kicks, as we saw on the weekend where she hit the crossbar with that free kick early in the game for the Orlando Pride. But I don't know if you've seen her play, but she is experienced and on just a great. They're a great signing, those two Australian players.
Okay. Because I didn't really know much about her actually, so that's good to know. So that's to make their back line a lot. I guess a solid back line for a team that a lot of us I think we didn't even really choose them highly, a lot of us on OTP. So I guess that's actually will give us something to rethink when we're talking
But when
about
you look,
Orlando.
yeah, and then you've got Alex Morgan up front. I think they've got a really good team this season. And I know they lost against the Thorns on the weekend, but they've got an incredibly strong team.
Right, right. And you were right about Ellie Brush, by the way. Yes, she was earned Defender of the Year honors from them. So good stuff.
And next, the Portland Thorns, and they have Hayley Russo, who is a young Australian. She's still young, 21 years old. She plays as winger. She's yet to break into the Matildas first team, much like Ellie Brush, because the Matildas do have a very strong team at the moment. But Hayley, I think it was a late signing for the Thorns, and she will offer a bit of depth. I'm not sure if she'll get first team. She probably will some of the time. But overall, she's a good player. She's not the best that Australia has to offer, but she's still a very good young player, still plenty of room to grow. And I think it's good she's playing in America as well, because that's just more experience, under a boot.
Now, about her, it's funny because, as you said, they have so many. It seems like your team has so many good attacking players anyway. So I'm guessing it will be very hard for her to even break into the team. But even if she develops, she'll find a way in there because you guys have so many good attacking talents.
Yeah, we have, Sam Kerr and Caitlin Ford and who else do we have?
Kaya Simon.
That's it.
And then there's Heyman.
So many good players up front, and then we've got so many good players up the back. I think it's even the midfield. I think Matildas have a really strong team, and we're potential medal contenders at the Olympics.
Nice. I have one question, I think, and I forgot my question, so continue. Continue on.
And speaking about Kaya Simon, the Boston Breakers, who signed Kaya Simon for a third year in a row. She is a potent striker up front, and she's for the Matildas, she's really good. And clearly for the Boston Breakers, they've signed her for the third year in a row. So I think she'll offer, lots of goals up front, which is obviously what you want from a soccer team. But I think that is another good signing.
Okay, I remember my question now. My question for you about this, because like you said, as we said, they have a lot of good attacking talent, good midfield, good defenders. Who out of the Aussies and the NWSL do you think will have the biggest impact, or should be, I guess you consider, the MVP out of this group of players?
I think it'll be Steph Catley. She's definitely, because she's young, and not only is she in the first team in the Matildas, but she's young as well. So she's still got so much room to grow, and because she's so versatile and can play left back, and she moves into the midfield and can just do so many things on the field, I think she'll be extremely valuable for Orlando Pride.
Okay, nice. Now, where were you? You can continue on with the.
I think I've got to Sky Blue FC, who have Sam Kerr, and she's another young player. I find that there's a lot of young Australian players, which is good. They're finding their feet in America and Australia in the W League. And Sam Kerr is a striker. Sometimes she can play alongside Kaya Simon up front, a little bit behind her. She's another young player. Still room to go. She can be a little shaky up front, but as we saw in the World Cup, when she's there and she gets the job done, she does it really well.
Yep, I agree with that. Just being a Sky Blue fan, just from seeing the impact she made when she came back to Sky Blue after the World Cup was amazing. And then when KO came, it was just like you just added two world-class talents to your team. And then she's really good, like fast, she's good on the ball, can score goals. Oh, it's just so amazing when she came to the team, how we changed over the season. So, yes, I rate Sam Kerr very highly.
And the final player that Australia has in the NWSL is Alana Kennedy, playing for the Western New York Flash. Alana is one of the more experienced players in the Matilda, you could say. Sorry, she's not. She's experienced, although she is young. She's 21 years old. She's got lots of playing time under her boot at the Matildas. She's the midfielder there, and she really works it around very well in the centre. Western New York Flash, they've only got the one Aussie this year. I'm not sure. They won their last match, so they look like they're on the right foot, but she's certainly good because she's experienced in the side. She knows what she's doing. She's very calm on the ball, and I think that overall that is a good signing.
Yeah, and last year, like I said, they had, I believe it was Heyman, and she was just absolutely amazing when she came to the team, the impact she made, because there were games where the West New York Flash attack would stall, and they would give her the ball, and she would just carry them down the field herself. So, I mean, it's a shame that they don't have her, but like I said, to add another one was absolutely great. And it's weird, as you said previously, young players with a lot of experience. A lot of these, they have a lot of international experience stuff, and as I look
at them, I see how young they are. but they've gotten so much playing time, particularly in that World Cup last year. That's where they really, discovered who their best players were, and they really grew as a team, and the players grew. And, even though, Alana Kennedy is 21, it seems like she's been there for years.
Exactly, exactly. And now I guess, like I said, since that's all the ones that are actually playing, we can talk about one. I want to talk about Caitlin Ford a bit because we didn't. I thought she made a major impact. What are your thoughts on just Caitlin Ford, and where do you even see what is her plans on since she's because I haven't even got to really read too much about what's next for her. Some teams were saying they think that she might get signed, but I'm not too sure. So what do you even see what she might even be thinking of doing right now that she's out of NWSL?
Well, Caitlin Ford, as most of the Matildas are, is young, still plenty of room to go. And I think it is surprising that she hasn't signed for Sky Blue or just anywhere in America for that matter, because, a lot of the other players are doing that. She's a forward, so I'm not sure if, Sam Kerr and Kaya Simon are going to get a bit of a leap ahead of her in terms of experience, but she certainly has the goods, and I don't think it will affect her too much. Look, any experience internationally is really good for a player, but if she can still produce the goods here in Australia, when she plays for Sydney FC in the W League, she'll still get picked for the Matildas, I think.
No, that's
but
funny.
There'll be lots of rotation between her and Kaya Simon and Lisa Devana as well. But when Lisa Devana retires, then it'll be time for Caitlin Ford to really start making her impact.
And what I was about to say is, so you say she actually plays forward for you guys? And that's funny because with Sky Blue, she was more of a right back. So she's actually more of a attacking player that they put back there, is it type of thing? Or?
Yeah, so she's a forward kind of winger here as well. So I guess you can see why she does go back, because she's a winger. But generally, here in Australia, she mainly plays forward, but can really play anywhere along the field.
Well, that makes sense then, because I remember just every time how they had her, she was so good at going forward, and she's so good on the ball, and she's quick, really quick, and just seemed like a very attacking talent. So that makes sense. It's kind of like what we do with Kelly O'Hara on our national team, how she's an attacking player that kind of plays back on defense for us, but we kind of did like the reverse thing because we had Kerr and Kelly, well, from the Sky Blue perspective already. So yeah, that's very interesting. So wow, so I don't know, that's weird. It really hurts, I guess, because we kind of probably even used her more of an attacking role last year for them too. All right,
now, Dwayne, I'm fairly new to the NWSL, and I don't have a team to support. So I'm wondering if there's a team that you would recommend for me that'd work well and that I should support.
Yes. Well, now that you asked and no one else is on this show, I guess I can do that. You should support Sky Blue because Cloud9, their supporter group, is absolutely amazing. We have a nice young talent, tons of new rookies and stuff this year that you would absolutely love. So if you listen to me and not anyone else on the Off the Post show, you should support Sky Blue. And you love the players, just the environment. It's a real good. I'm going to see their home opener this Saturday, so I'll take pictures and send them to you, and then you'll become a fan. So how about that, eh?
We'll see about that, see how that develops.
All right, then. So see, people, I've made another Sky Blue fan. You can thank me a lot, Cloud9. I'm always looking out for you. Is that everything you really had to say, Jessica? It sounds like we did pretty good, I think, today, didn't we?
That's it. I think it went very well.
All right, thank you. So, guys, this is another episode of Off the Post. Definitely, I hope you learned a lot. I always like these OPs because people learn stuff, and we learned a lot about the offseason, why they will be like the big spec. And from an Australian's opinion, and from my opinion as well, that they will be the biggest impact players, internationals this year in the NWSL. You will catch us next Tuesday. I won't be there because I'm going to be traveling back home anyway. Next Tuesday for our NWSL review. This is another episode of Off the Post OPs. I'm your host, DJ Redcap. I have to teach you how to leave each episode. You've probably seen it before. You know that we sometimes put this right hand up right there, and you do a little wave like this. Just do a little nice slow wave. Oh, there you go. See, he's just like a pro.
Queen.
There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you later, and take care.